first episode, and we're gonna go ASMR. What's that? I can't hear you.
I wish you could hear that in the headphones.
Oh, I can. Oh, this is good.
That's my beard against the mic.
You know, people like this shit. I got one for us. You ready?
I'm ready. Oh, that's so stimulating.
That's the sound of me wiping my ass. Liddy. All right, so the ASMR, that's probably not our thing. We should have did that longer,
I think we did pretty good.
because that was fire.
That was fire. Oh, there's some more AMSR. Oh, that's ice cubes on the whiskey touching his lips.
Can you hear that?
I do.
Lit. So what we got today?
Well, it only took us like 7 hours to set up. Been here since
What's up, Hove? We see you over there.
Oh, that's right. So today's pretty exciting. We are first episode of ASMR.
Yep. That went good.
We took some of the donations that we got, and we went and upgraded some of our gear. Pretty exciting about that. Actually, really exciting. And you're actually not in my camera right now.
Wow.
You might want to scoot up there, Scooter.
Scooter's scooting.
I didn't even think about Jesus. We are a bunch of rookies.
Am I in there now? Am I in the shot?
I just don't get
They
it.
used to call me Scooter back in the day, back in high school.
Mm-hmm. Scooter,
That's what they called me in the streets, you know?
just Scooter?
Yeah, just Scooter. Did I say anything else? No, I just said Scooter.
All right, okay. All right, my bad. Nope, because that fucked it up.
Ah. What's up, everybody? We got Calvin in here, my cousin Calvin. What's up? Some of your friends. You gotta, I think you should share. Hey, so for everybody that's watching, this isn't us just being weird
Nope,
in
it
a
is.
room. It kind of is, depending on your outlook on podcasts. But this is us going live while also filming a podcast, which is going to be dope. Episode 17. We're having some technical difficulties right
So
now.
many times. I already fucked that video up. I restarted it though,
All right, he messed it
but
up.
the audio's still good. I got audio separate recording from video, so it's good. I can just splice the video together.
All right, so what do we do?
Nothing. Just keep going. Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to share this.
Yeah, you push the share button.
Yeah.
I think it's that simple.
Yeah, thanks,
I
Dad.
don't think Facebook has changed since last week.
So you tagged me. Okay, how do I share this? I can't share it. I can't share a live stream. You're the worst.
What's up, cuz? How's it going?
All right, so
We're having some technical difficulties right now, but
yeah, this is
we
terrible.
got a podcast called The Midwatch, and we're going to film episode 17 today.
Yeah.
As soon as we get through all these technical
I mean, we're good.
advantages, disadvantages.
Damn, look at that hairline.
Wow, show the world.
Oh, look how bald I am. What the God damn it. I hate myself. All right. So, yeah, episode 17 of the Midwatch. Like I was saying before I messed up the camera and everything, we upgraded a little bit, upgraded some gear. We got some DIY studio lights that we built. We probably built like $100 studio lights for $30.
Winning.
And they actually
Yeah,
work pretty damn good, I must say.
We don't always glow like this.
It's not.
We just got fancy production lights now.
Yeah.
Fancy Lowe's production
was
lights. What
trying-
else do we get?
And then we got a sweet webcam, 1080p recording, which looks great right now. I can't wait to upload it onto YouTube. Yeah, I'm pumped, man. Finally got everything we need really to have a good podcast.
Well, we've always had a good podcast.
Well, yeah, but like 5 years ago, just having an audio podcast would have been good. But nowadays, like you gotta have video. If you don't have video, you ain't got shit.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? So
I've heard that before.
really,
Yeah, actually, just like that. If you ain't got video, you ain't got shit.
Really?
Podcast world.
well, I guess I'm smart. What can I say?
So
yeah.
how was your week, man?
It was-
So
Well,
what's going on in
Well, before we jump into it, there, Mister Jumpy McJumperson.
I'll be jumping.
Oh, the
You know,
headphones came out. Let's
know
tell
I'll be
let's tell the folks how they can.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Why don't you lead it up? See if you remember. Pop quiz.
all right. So, we want to thank everybody, like we said earlier, for the support. Like I said, podcasting is kind of expensive, and we aren't asking to give a lot. But if you do want to support the podcast, you can reach out and make a small donation at paypal.me/themidwatch.
There you go.
And what kind of shirt do you have on there?
Ooh, this shirt here,
Yeah, that thing there.
that thing here, that's called Bravo Zulu Co.
I should. Bravo Zulu Co. What's that?
It's a clothing company.
That's your clothing company, isn't it?
Yeah.
The one that pays for the majority of this podcast?
Yeah, that's it. So, if you don't just feel like donating to us and you want some sweet apparel, go and stop by bzgear.net. Link will be in the description. Both links for the PayPal and for BZ.
It's actually on the TV right now.
It's on the old telly.
bzgear.net.
You ever heard the term boob tube?
Boob tube. I always thought that was a joke.
My dad always called it boob tube growing up. I
What's
wonder.
that?
I have no idea.
Cathode ray tubes, do they kind of look like boobs? You ever heard of a cathode?
Never in my life.
That's like your old projection TVs.
The ones
Not
that
projection.
it like
excuse me,
looked like
your
an
old-
ottoman, but the projector was inside of it and it projected the TV. You ever had one of those?
Oh yeah, the floor TVs.
No, it was like
I'm not that young.
it had the RGB lights, right?
Yeah,
Red, green, blue.
that's RGB.
Okay.
Yeah. Got it.
But
Tracking.
it looked like
Write that down.
it was like a huge like those huge like flat screen TVs, like they're probably like 1,000 pounds back in the day.
Yeah.
But like the projector, it was an ottoman, but it shot the RGB like to the TV.
I know what you're talking.
My aunt and uncle had one.
You're talking old school.
Yeah, I'm going way back.
Way back.
Way heavy.
Heavy in history. Heavy. Yes.
But yeah, so the old boob tube.
Man, that was good.
That was good.
I'm glad they got rid of those.
Yeah.
So we're
they're
on to bigger and better things.
fucking heavy. Even the old tube TVs were heavyish. They weren't heavy. They're just very awkward. All the weight was in the front, but you had that big ass back that stuck out. But all the weight was in the front with like the glass.
Yeah, we used to always have to move them.
Mm-hmm.
Upstairs, downstairs.
Yep. I remember when we used
Downstairs, upstairs.
to like me and my buddies when we were playing video games growing up. We'd always bring our TVs to each other's houses so we each had our own TV. And I think it was like a workout.
Hire a moving crew.
Yeah, like just like a little like 27-inch TV was freaking so heavy.
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 For y'all that don't know, that's Tom's new phrase. He's in the streets heavy. He podcasts heavy.
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 But I'm excited, man. I can't stop looking at this recording because of how good it looks. This webcam was only $80, and it's like, I mean, I'm sure if like I was like trying to record like like a school play with it, probably wouldn't be that good. But like,
Big difference.
right, it looks good, man. For what we need it for,
It's gonna
worth.
do the job.
I'd pay $100 for this thing.
So the one that's on the Facebook Live right now.
Yeah, Facebook Live is just the webcam from Brandon's laptop, but hooked up to my laptop, I have the webcam and all the audio production, video production is going on over here. It's heavy working over here.
And that one, we plan on posting that
On the YouTubes.
on the Tube of Ubes
This will be the first podcast on the YouTube.
this week. Bet. So you guys, if you want to see the better quality, stay tuned. Coming up this week on YouTube, it's going to be heavy.
Heavy hitters. Right? Wasn't that that was a New York thing? You might not know about that. The heavy hitters. That was someone. That was like a group of DJs. I think they're the heavy hitters.
Yeah, I think they used it a lot.
Yeah.
There's barbershops.
Like mixtapes.
I think inmates might have used it, maybe. I don't know.
Datpiff.com.
Yeah, man. So how was your week?
It was good, man. Long.
Long, huh?
Long. It was a long, hard week.
We had a 3-day, right? We came back from 3-day this week?
Absolutely not.
Oh. See, it must have blended in. My weeks blend.
They do, man. It's just
They
so monotonous working in that damn building.
Yeah, it is. Good old admin 4, but we're
Admin.
almost out of there.
Almost out of there.
Almost out of there.
We should talk about the ship a little bit. Well, not like this ship, but like ship life, since we're going to be switching to it here in a month or so.
Ooh, for For the viewers, huh?
Because it's going to be like a deployment, but attached to the pier. Since
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It will be. Kind of, sort of. So you're talking about how everybody's going to move on the ship.
On the ship. Well,
Everybody comes to work right now, 9 to 5.
I guess it's not really like the deployment because you can leave.
But the majority of the crew is either geo-batching, so they're away from their families. So that means they don't have a house. So they will live on the ship.
Guilty
Or
as charged.
they're E4 and below.
Live on the
They're
ship.
going to live on the ship. Or they're, for some other reasons, moving on the ship.
Yep.
Man.
So I guess it'd be a really long duty day. Would be a better example.
You going to tell people you deployed to Pascagoula?
Yep. Long.
Pascagoula, Mississippi.
3 months next to the pier. It was rough.
Yeah, probably one of the most arduous deployments. Yeah, but it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, other than that, treat it like a deployment, and then 4 months later, that's when all the fun starts.
Yeah. I'm excited. Excited about all that. But, yeah, this week, man. I don't know. I'm just ready for change. Ready for Brock to come back. I want some change.
Brock. Bring Brock back. Absolutely. Yeah, I know. Good times.
Wasn't that like his slogan or something? Change?
I don't think. Oh, yeah, change was his slogan.
Yep.
I don't think he was saying bring Barack back before he was in office. Maybe the second term he might have. That would have been a good, catchy phrase.
What, bring Brock back?
Yeah, just bring Barack back.
Yeah. Make America great again. Bring Brock back.
Yeah, man. So we're going to have to overcome some challenges when it comes to podcasting on the ship.
We are. But I have faith.
I say we do one right on the forecastle.
Right on. You think, can we do that?
We can mount a camera on the forecastle, the 5-inch.
We'd have to talk to
The PAO?
That's it.
Public Affairs Officer?
I know there's a YouTuber, Navy YouTuber guy. He's like an MA or something. He's on he's duty station is on. He's like on like the patrol boats that go out in the harbor and shit.
Yeah, PCs?
No. Like the little like gunner boats that like escort the ships out and stuff.
Okay.
But heavily armored or not armored. A lot of armed. That it.
Shorter version.
But he got permission from his PAO to like he does like YouTube videos and shit like on the boat. So I know it's possible.
It's definitely possible. I mean, it's not classified.
Especially if we're out on like the fucking flight deck or something. Or the
Yeah.
forecastle, like you're saying. With a classroom.
We're just going to have to submit it. Make the captain watch every episode.
That's fine. We get him on.
Maybe the PAO watch every episode.
There you go.
He might be interested. He may be able to film for us.
I mean,
He can cut out all the classified stuff. Everything we're not supposed to put on there.
like what though?
I don't know.
If it's the same camera angle the whole time.
Maybe we're loading up one round. He's going to have to point at the deck for a little bit. Flip it back up. Get back into the action.
The classroom probably be a better option.
Classroom would be boring. We'll see. We'll figure it out. There's a lot of places we could do it. Mess decks.
Mess decks. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to do on like the mess decks and as like people just like walked in or something like just yeah come here and just like
Ooh.
guest appearance.
Shotgun everybody.
Shotgun them.
We can hit them with 11 general questions.
Ooh, heavy.
Heavy. I don't think they're ready. Not at all.
Yeah, man. I don't want it to be an excuse not to do the podcast because it's too easy.
Yeah.
And we're in the same duty section, so we have the same off days.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
There's no way I can get out of it.
Yeah.
Literally, it's going to be so hard to make up excuses to get out of it.
Yep.
You know?
Got to be committed.
Hey, I'm pot committed.
That's what's up.
I'm all in.
I'm going in. Yeah, I know you finally.
Especially since I spent my weekend money.
$30. He is heavily invested. He spent a whole $30.
Whole 30. That's a lot of money.
It's good though. It's worth it though, man. We spent like $100 today. Half of that was from donations, and I think it made it 10 times better. 10 times more marketable, and 10 times better.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting, man. The video is going to change the whole aspect of the podcast, I believe. Because we get to see your pretty face on camera, and we get to show that to the world. Who is behind the Bravo Zulu? Or and mid-watch?
Always have a hat on due to this hairline.
What hairline? Oh, Oh, kill him.
Heavy.
Heavy.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. My week was great. Thanks for asking.
Oh, how was your week good? Yeah, I mean, we talk about my week all the time. How was your week?
Yeah, my week was awesome, man.
That's good.
Tell
Tell me your favorite thing that happened
man. Favorite thing that happened?
this week.
I found $5. Can't even make it up.
$5 or $5 hairs?
$5
Where at?
in my pockets. So, I think it was Wednesday. Got off work. Put on some jeans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dug in the pockets.
$5 hairs.
Highlight of the week.
Were they washed? Was it like wash jeans?
Yeah, of course. Like, you talking about whitewash, or you talking about did I put them in the washer?
Jesus, you're so feminine.
Yeah, of
Feminine.
course they were washed.
So was the $5 bill all crinkled up?
I made that all up. I didn't find $5.
Wow.
But I did have a good work week. So,
Wow. Just gonna lie to the world like that.
So that was straight. That was good. My bad. You don't deserve to be lied to, Tom.
I feel lied to.
You really do, but you don't. You know what I mean? Nobody should be lied to.
Absolutely not. So yeah, man. How about this? This question just popped in my head. What do you think you'd be doing if you weren't in the Navy?
Ooh, like right now, today, if I wasn't in the Navy?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, man. How much money do I have?
Okay. I'm not saying like theoretically. I'm just saying. Well, I guess it would be theoretically,
Yeah, it would
but
have to
like,
be.
career wise, like, what do you think you'd be doing? Job wise,
That's tough.
flipping that
I
weight.
never really think about getting out of the Navy.
It's your
I
institutionalized.
don't know if that's a bad thing or if that's a good thing. But
I do a lot, but I just have ADD.
man, ideally, let's see. If I were not in the Navy right now, I would.
That's really loud. Whatever you're doing.
I would. My bad. I would find a way to just build houses on my own schedule. That's it.
So you'd be a contractor.
I'd be No, because you have to contract contractors.
That'd be called a subcontractor.
Would it?
You'd be the general
Well,
contractor.
I don't want to work for anybody.
So you'd be the general contractor,
Exactly.
and you would hire subcontractors.
And I would work when I wanted to work. I would work for how long I wanted to work. I would quit when I wanted to quit. I would charge. Are you following me here?
I am writing.
There's a
Writing it all
common
down.
thing here with all these things.
So you want to do nothing.
I want to be free. I want to do whatever I want whenever I want.
All right.
That's not too much to ask, right? Maybe after retirement I would.
Well, that was a terrible answer.
Crush my dreams. All right, flip it around. So you're out of the Navy. It's not hypothetical, but what would you be doing if you were out of the Navy today?
Oh, who, me?
Yeah, would you go to college?
Well, hopefully I'd be done with college by
We
now.
all know that's a scam.
Yeah, hopefully I'd be done by college by now. If I didn't go to join the Navy, I'd probably be done. I would have graduated college in 2012.
Wow, a little slow, but okay. Go ahead.
That's 4 years after I graduated high school.
Yep, and you took summers off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you chilled.
Gotta go to Cancun. Or that's spring
How long
break.
did they give you for GI Bill, by the way?
Unloaded now.
3 years.
It was 15 years.
36 months. But go ahead.
Well, that's
You're
when you
taking your
that's
time
once you
getting
start
through
using
college.
it. Oh, so I was in the Navy and then I got out, or I was never in the Navy.
No, I was just giving
you need to clarify your
a
question.
figure for how long it
I
should take to get
object.
through college.
I object.
I don't think you can object. This is a podcast. We can talk about whatever. You can disagree.
So was I in the Navy
No,
or
my
what?
bad. So
Jesus.
you were never in the Navy.
Never in the Navy.
Never in the Navy.
So then why would you even bring up the GI Bill?
Because I was saying you were taking too long to get through college. If you're taking 4 years, you're taking too long.
That was exactly 4 years, 2012. I graduated high school in 2008. Count with me, ready?
So what do you want to do? You want to just spend time in college? That's it?
No.
What would you like to do?
What would I be doing? I would probably be some sort of I would own a lot of little things. I've always
You'd
liked
be an
that.
entrepreneur.
Yes, but not like a Mark Zuckerberg where it just came up with a really good idea. I'd own like, I would do like my DJing thing. I would own like 2 or 3 houses I rented out. I would, you know what I mean? A lot of little things.
I don't. What else do they call that? I think they just call it a hustler.
Yeah.
Does that have like a? I don't know, like a proper term.
You're a jack of many trades, a master of none. I'm a very big fan of that saying.
That'd be dope. That'd be fun.
That's why like I've had such like a wide variety of like jobs, but you learn so much from each one that you can kind of bring to the other. I think that's so much better than just being good at one job, especially in today's day and age, man.
Well, yeah, especially if you're talking about money, and the flow of money. So
Have more than one
some
income
things could flow in faster than others. Yeah,
and not relying on one flow.
and God forbid you get fired,
Exactly.
and then you got no money.
Exactly.
I guess that's kind of where I was going with the contracting thing.
The
Because then I could flip them, I could rent them out, I could, fix things.
mm-hmm. Definitely real estate. Real estate's always a great freaking. I have a buddy who's going to come to the reenlistment. If you overheard me and my sister talking earlier.
Commissioning.
What'd I say?
Reenlistment.
Oh yeah, to the commissioning. He's huge into. I played paintball with him for years. And he moved down to Florida and got into real estate, and he's killing it now. Like really, he has like 5 rental properties, and he's a broker. He has like 100 and something realtors under him. Now he's like, I was talking to him yesterday. He's like pitching. He's pitching to like hedge funds now, to put their money into like real estate and stuff.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
he's doing big things.
It's wild. It's very ahead of the curve, feels like. Did
We
the real
used to-
estate thing, and now he's pitching it to a hedge fund.
When we were growing up, we used to always talk about getting into real estate and buying matching Lotuses. You ever seen those cars, the Lotuses?
Yeah. Little small 2-door thing.
Yeah, we were like, that was like our thing. We always talked about growing up.
Damn. I hope he still buys you your Lotus.
He went into real estate. I didn't.
Hey, that's all right, though.
He followed through. I didn't. Wow.
Man, that's cool. So, before the Navy, is that a hobby of yours? The
Dreaming? Yes.
DJ. So you said DJing.
Yeah. Here
So
we
what
go.
hobbies did you have before the Navy?
I
That'd
had.
probably dictate what you'll do in the future.
So, I had a ton of hobbies. I mean, my occupation was a DJ, but my dad got me into the plumbers union. I got up to 2nd year apprentice. I was huge into paintball. I was huge into gaming. I'm weird. Like, I'll find a new hobby. My buddy Ray, my best friend Ray, the one I told you does like the YouTube video games, all that now. He always makes fun of me because whenever I find like a new hobby, I just go like
Balls to the wall.
1,000. I'll drop like all my money. Like I go ham. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can never.
It's almost like podcast.
I can never just have a hobby. Like whenever I do something, I have to do it the best it can possibly be done, and then I'll always have to do it at the highest level it can be done. So like normally, like for paintball, for instance, right? Like normally, whenever people get into it, especially back in like the early 2000s, like I got my first paintball gun in 2001. Normally, like people will. I actually have a really cool story. You have a minute? I can tell you a cool story.
Yeah, I was just about to roll out, but I'll stick around for a friend to hear a story, I guess.
So how I got into paintball is a really, really cool story, and it's created a ton of lifetime long friends that I still rely on to this day. That the kid Ryan being one of them. I won't say his last name, but the real estate kid. So I had just got internet, AOL, right, dial up.
Ooh, from Walmart.
I don't know, I can't remember where the hell I got it from.
7-day.
And I just got my first computer, and then we got dial up, and you remember Kazaa? The like
That was internet, right?
well, that was like the illegal downloading music thing. It was like before FrostWire and all that.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
called
yeah.
like Kazaa, I think it was. And at the time, Linkin Park was like huge. Linkin Park was like the big band. So I was trying to download all the Linkin Park songs, and
The discography.
and I guess, I mean, I was young. I didn't know what the hell I was doing with computers. I guess I downloaded like a video by accident, and
I hate it when that happens.
so
I always watch them.
it took like 6 hours for the 1 freaking megabyte video to download, and I opened it up, and it's a paintball video with Linkin Park as the soundtrack. And I was like, "What the hell is this?" Like, it was like I'd never seen it before in my life. It like intrigued the hell out of me. So I went on AskJeeves.com.
Ooh, solid.
Throwback.
That failed.
And I searched paintball, and I found out there's a paintball store right down the road from me. It's called Murdering Paintball.
How old were you?
This was 6th grade, so 11. 2001, I was 11. So I hopped on my little bicycle. That was the mode of transportation before Ubers.
Oh yeah,
And
better than Uber.
I rode my bike down to Murdering Paintball. It was right by the beach. It was like a block in from the beach. Went in there, met this guy Chris. His wife was actually from Sweden, which is a pretty funny coincidence down the road because my wife's Swedish. And it was like it was a paintball store, and then there was like this kid who also lived on my block worked there. He was like in high school at the time. He was like 5-6 years ahead of me.
So you ran that block.
That
was your block.
It was fun, man. I don't know if that's how you grew up, but like all the kids who lived in the same block like always hung out together.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah.
Of course. We ran the neighborhood.
Like the way you found out where everyone was just you look for the yard with all the bikes in it.
Yep. All the little BMX bikes.
So he worked there. So I was like, oh my god, like I was like, what's up, and it turned into a thing where every day after school I would just drive my bike there and hang out till closing. It was like it was a business. It was a paintball store, but it was like a little mini family too. At the same time, it was cool. And he used to like the guy Chris, the owner. He used to like once like they gave me like a nickname. They called me like Little Gangster because I dressed I dressed that way. And he used to like at the end of the day when they were closing, because I would literally hang out from the minute school ended. I'd ride my bike right there, and I would be there till like 7-8 o'clock at night when they closed. And he used to like give me the trash at the end of the night. I'd go throw the trash out in the dumpster. He'd give me like a bag of paintballs, and I hung out there. And I didn't even play paintball. I just hung out there, and that's like how I got introduced into the community of paintball.
Yeah.
And then that Christmas, that happened like during the summertime. That Christmas, I finally asked for like paintball gear, and I got a Murder Inc. BKO, which was like a $500 gun at the time, which was like crazy expensive, and it was a speedball gun. And where I was getting at this whole story is going back to how I always do things like 1,000% as soon as I get into them. Normally when people get into paintball, you go get like a Tippmann 98 from like Sports Authority or something.
Oh yeah.
And then like you go like playing
with the hopper and everything.
Yeah, and then you like go playing like in the woods, and then like normally the normal progression would be you would eventually get into like speedball and tournament paintball, and then like go that route, kind of come out of the woods and go into speedball. But like I just went right to like the speedball.
It tore you up, didn't it?
I would get destroyed.
Lit your butt up.
But it made me really good in the long run. But everything I did was always like that. Video gaming, same thing. I could tell you another long ass story about video games, but I won't. But
what started you on video games? What game was it? Halo?
I would say the way that I currently play video games, Halo got me into that.
Halo was big.
Halo was huge.
Halo was everybody's childhood, I feel like. Majority of them.
Yeah, man. There was a thing called Xbox Connect back in the day. Not like the Xbox Connect now with the camera, but it was
familiar. That's how you hook the Xboxes up.
Yeah, it was a program on the computer. People would make like servers. So it was the way, because Halo 1 wasn't on Xbox Live. Xbox Live wasn't a thing when Halo 1 came out.
Yeah.
So you would hook up the system link to your computer, and then you could join the server on your computer, and then the server would pop up on the system link. So that's how you played Halo 1 like online. And then I got into tournaments and things like that, traveling all around. And then eventually in high school I got to a point where I was traveling for video games and for paintball. So,
damn, that's a life as a kid. How old were you? That was in high school?
Yeah, in high school.
You were still able to travel in high school?
I started playing pro paintball events. I was on a pro team when I was a sophomore in high school.
They pay money to play paintball?
Back then, no.
So
back then it was all free gear, free travel, free paint at events.
Still good. Did you travel on a bus or did you get like plane tickets?
Airfare or mainly airfare, or if it was like a closer event like on the Northeast, we would just all drive there, but our hotel would still be paid for and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's still good.
the paint was the most. Because as a team, especially if you made it to like finals, if you made it to Sunday, you would shoot. I think the most paint that we shot at an event was probably 100 cases of paint. And a case of paint's like $50, $60.
Damn. And it was all free.
Mm-hmm.
All paid for? That's way cooler than what I did. Man.
Yeah, at our practices, they would just have a pallet of paint waiting for us. Pallet of like 50 cases of paint just every Sunday waiting for us to practice and stuff.
That's wild, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool story, man.
But now it does nothing for me. Besides my knees. My knees are shot.
Pun intended. I bet he sucked. They would just cap him in the knees every time.
Ultra diving. So like paintball, like it's just like any other sport. Same with gaming. Like there's position, like in Halo, there was positions that players would play in Call of Duty, like Pro Call of Duty, which is big now. Like you have like your AR players, you have your sub players, like people who are good with assault rifles, people who are good with like submachine guns.
Yeah.
And you have like different things that you have to do. Like for Halo, for instance, Halo 2 kind of started the scene for like first person shooter esports. Like so you had teams of 4. I was a support player. Most teams would be you'd have 2 slayers, a support player, and then an objective player. So your objective player would be the one who would mainly grab the flag, grab the bomb, things like that, who wasn't probably like the best slayer, didn't have the best mechanics, but was smart as far as objectives, like how to run the flag, like which routes to run the flag, things like that. Then you have
that would have been me.
You have your support player, which was me, where my sole job was to make sure everyone on my team knew where everyone on the other team was. I'd constantly be calling out, constantly yelling. I wouldn't go for headshots. I would only go for body shots. So my job was to get the guys as weak as possible and let everyone else on my team know where they were. And then the slayers, their sole job was to just go around and finish those dudes off because they would have no shield.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So you guys still do that? Or no?
I mean, really. I don't play at that level anymore. I mean,
now.
I'm still competing, but like my generation of gamers, I mean, I could even say our generation because we're the same age group. People our age that got into it then in the early 2000s paved the way for what it is today. If it wasn't for the passion that our generation brought to that, because we didn't get paid shit. We got paid nothing. Most of the time we came out of pocket. At the time, like a lot of the owners of teams were like shiesty people. Like it was a very sketchy atmosphere because it wasn't regulated yet. You know what I mean? But it definitely paved the way to make it what it is now, where people are getting paid 6-figure salaries easy.
Man,
I
want to change my answer. If I could not be in the Navy now, I would just play video games all day and get paid to do it.
And there's even different routes you can take now. Like you can just be like a content creator where you're not professional, you don't play in tournaments and stuff, but you just stream all day. You're more of just like a personality.
Yeah.
And then you make your YouTube
that
videos, stuff like that. Exactly. It's more interactive. Or you have your competitors who really don't have time to stream because now, in order to be pro, you have to be able to scrim like 8 to 12 hours a day to stay on top.
That would have to be your job, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not, again, in our generation, it was a weekend thing, nighttime thing after your college classes. Now, if you don't do it full time, you don't have a shot in hell. There's a funny YouTube video I actually watched last night. So FaZe is one of like these big gaming organizations. They have a pro team in a lot of different games. Same kind of thing. They grew up in our generation, and they always tell stories about like how the parents were like sketchy about them going like flying across the country to go to like this video game event and like stuff like that. And now the dude's, now he's like a multi-millionaire, and now the dude's little sister has a huge YouTube presence because it's all who you know kind of thing because of who her brother is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's a sophomore in high school and she's like 500,000 YouTube subscribers. For like her dumb like little YouTube videos that she makes. Like you can totally tell that she's just piggybacking off of like her brother.
Right.
But now the parents let her not drop out of high school, but do like a like a
broad kind of deal,
like a high school from home kind of thing,
Yeah.
so she can focus on like YouTube.
Yeah,
But like he was like,
if your daughter's making more
he was
money
like,
than you are.
when I wanted to do it, like it, like they took away like the Xbox controller, like you know what I mean, like. But now that it's so mainstream now because of like our generation, like it's
Yeah, our generation paved the way, man.
Yeah.
I remember that. Even talking to people online was, new to people.
Yeah.
Gaming,
Mhm.
especially parents.
yeah,
Because text messaging wasn't around.
right.
You didn't have FaceTime. You didn't have any of those things that everybody became so familiar with now.
Mm-hmm. But like it's weird, man. Like that was just 10 years. Well, probably a little bit more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'd say about 10.
Actually, it's 15.
Halo
Came out
Halo 3 was about
uh,
10 years ago.
Yeah, Halo 2 came out November 9th, 2004.
Yeah.
So that was 15 years ago now. Holy shit.
You have that off the top of your head. He did not look that up, by the way. That was off the top of your dome piece. Heavy.
Heavy. So that's 15 years ago. But look at how far like we've come in 15 years. It's like back then it was weird to go meet people that you met on Xbox Live to now we're getting in some stranger's car that an app sent to us, like Uber. You know what I mean? Like it's weird, and that's okay.
Yeah. I have weirdos, strangers delivering me food all the
Delivering
time.
food. That was my first time. With
Yeah, I know.
What was it? Grubhub?
Grubhub?
Uber Hub?
This isn't a paid advertisement. But, yeah, crazy.
Crazy.
Uber's
man.
crazy. You hear about those people getting murdered on Uber?
Yeah, that's why I don't do it.
It's a few. I imagine it's only
Just
25 out of millions. Yeah.
I mean, there's a chance you're gonna get murdered,
Stay
so why
strapped.
not?
Just stay strapped.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
Not a big deal.
Yep. No problem. When they have like weird gas in the back seat, connect to a button in the driver's seat, they gas you to death.
Yeah, the cylinder in the back, the gas cylinder. I don't know about you, but I'm just gonna turn that off. Hey, Mike, you left your gas on back here. Sorry, I noticed the fumes were a little strong when I got in. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, man.
Oh man, what a life though. Can you
What a
imagine
life.
being an Uber driver? Would you do it?
Absolutely not. I
Nah, I wouldn't
hate driving.
If I wanted extra money, I would be an Uber driver in a popular city.
We have this guy back home when I was DJing. His name was Mo Cabby. That was like his name. I don't know if his real name was Mo, but his social media presence, I guess, or if you want to call it, was Mo Cabby. And he like bought like one of like those mini buses, and
Oh, that's lit.
he would come. It was kind of like a safe ride. Actually, is what it was. He would go park outside the bar after the bar let out, and he would just drive people home, and like he would just
For free.
yeah. Well, actually, I don't know if he got paid. I honestly don't know how he did it, but he was like a safe ride for civilians. But like it was like a party bus, so
Yeah.
you could like continue the party like on your way home.
How far was the houses though? They were close.
It was like wherever you lived, he would drive you. I don't think he had like a limit. He would just like first people to fill up the bus, and then you just like went.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. It was really cool. I never used them personally, but it was pretty cool. It's a cool idea.
I like it.
Mo Cabby, I'll never forget that.
They should have it just like those carpool spots, except for you don't hop in your car afterwards.
You see that new thing in I think it's in cities all over the place, like those little scooters now. You just like leave them, and then you have to like use like an app to like activate it or something, and then you can just go where you need to go, and then you just like leave it on the corner.
I have seen that. My buddy in Denver rides those.
Really?
Yeah, Denver has them. I think LA has them.
I know.
San Diego.
I know Dallas has them because that's where the guy I watch on YouTube does it, and he lives in Dallas. So
Dude, we should go to Dallas.
I love
Not for the scooters, but
I love Texas, man.
yeah, that's kind of like those bikes. They had those lift bikes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
I'm waiting for the damn Ferraris to come out.
I know.
Just borrow a Ferrari, ride it around, park it, put gas in it, and then next person hops in their Ferrari.
I mean, we had the city bikes is what they had in New York City, but it was like the bank city, like at CITI. They're called like city banks, but you can only have them for like a half hour. So you like get on and like just be joyriding through New York City, and then you'd be like, oh shit, like, and then you have like 2 minutes to like go find like a bike rack.
Oh, that sucks.
Me and my
DC has those too, but instead of putting it back, they just charge you every 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you think it's cool, and then all of a sudden you got like a $30 bike fare
Oh,
on
shit.
your credit card.
Yeah, we went
Heavy.
heavy fees.
Heavy fees.
Oh, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
need to think of our own.
Our own what?
Obviously, Ferraris is a little much of a stretch. Somewhere in between Ferraris and scooters, we create one and we bring it to Jacksonville.
Mini bikes.
Mini bikes.
Did you ever build mini bikes when
I
you were a
like
kid with like a lawnmower
I
engine?
did, man. I learned a lot. Let's see, I got shocked one time
Oh, that's good.
playing with the spark plug.
Mm.
Yep.
Did you lick it?
My kill switch was broke,
Mm.
so I decided to just keep pulling the spark plug every time.
That's a good band.
It worked till I got shocked. Thought I cut my hand off in the flywheel. I had a GoPed.
Remember,
Everybody know what a GoPed was?
those things were cool. Did you have? I remember we had dudes in my. Actually, that dude. Remember the last live stream we did? The guy, Gilmore, that came. Chief Gilmore.
Yeah,
The chef dude. I told you that he's like the
in
vice.
the
CEO.
White House.
Yeah, he had a pimped out GoPed. He had that like huge like pigtail exhaust off the back of it. He had a sweet GoPed actually growing up.
Oh, growing up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had
when we
one
were
of
in
those.
like that had been like before high school actually.
So we actually my mom bought me the first one. I had to wrestle for a year because I was done with wrestling. I was ready to quit. So she gave me an incentive. She was like, "All right, I'm gonna buy you a GoPed. You wrestle." Better believe I wrestled that year, right? So I took the GoPed though, and no, we had a monkey bike. You remember when those little small monkey bikes came out? They were like probably 2 feet tall. Well, anyways, I had one of those, and then I had a motorized chain-driven scooter, and in the middle, it had a little a joint that combined the handlebars, and the one from the mini bike and the one from the chain-driven scooter was the exact same size. So I took it apart, and I put the front end of the monkey bike and the back end of the motor together, and I had the throttle cable in my hand because the throttle was broke,
Mm-hmm.
and that was my mini bike, man. Rode that thing around. It was
That's so
dangerous because it was collapsible, like because I didn't know how to combine them. It was dope though. My buddy Eugene, he wrecked it and skinned his leg up one day. I just laughed. 'Cause
Damn.
That's how we were.
Young. I can't wait till my son like probably like two or three more years, probably like 2 more years. I'm gonna start like getting him into that, like mini bikes and stuff like that. I can't wait to just tinker around. I want to get him one of those little, even like actually my buddy Ryan, the real estate kid, he had for a while it was like a fad. It was like after the moped fad
Yeah,
to buy the little Honda 50s, the little mini dirt bikes,
yeah.
and people used to like trick those out for like adults, and it would be like so weird looking because you're on like this. It was like a mini bike essentially, but it was an actual dirt bike.
So in Jax Beach, they fix up these scooters, these mopeds, and they're like they're tough looking. They're kind of like a Street Fighter moped, if you will. And what they do is they'll stretch them out, so they'll put like a stretched fender on the back end of it, so the tire is sticking out like 5 feet, 3 feet, something like that in the back. Put chrome rims on it. They do a lot of cool stuff with it. But
I think you can probably still get they ride it like on the streets and stuff.
yeah, it's.
'Cause I know
street legal.
like Georgia, I'm sure Florida's the same way. As long as it's like over 50 cc's, you can like drive it on the road legally.
Yeah.
Up north, no fucking way. The SWAT team would like fucking rope down from a helicopter and fucking shoot you.
Yeah, take you out,
Yeah.
clean you up real quick.
Even like go karts. Like my mom was in South Jersey, which is it's literally like if there's not a house, it's just woods. It's like woods house, or like farmland. Super country in South Jersey. So we had like 6 go karts growing up, and for years we would just go out in the backyard, like or out the back gate into just miles and miles of woods. Like me and my brother used to just disappear for like a weekend. We'd take our 2 go karts, load up with like gas and a tent and some food, and we'd just disappear for the weekend.
See it.
But it got to a point to where people would like and there was like tons of trails out there like for dirt bikes, ATVs, stuff like that people like made. But people started like putting like fucking like lines across the trails and shit. and some dude got decapitated. 'Cause people thought like it was fucking funny to like put shit like, you know what I'm saying? So they made it like illegal to like ride in the woods. And this was like when I was in high school. This happened,
Jesus.
and it got so bad. Like they're like cracking down so bad. My stepdad actually got nailed. They would set a female cop like in like undercover on like the side of a trail, pretending that like her quad broke down, and then my stepdad, he's a very stand up guy. He like stopped to like help her, and then all of a sudden like three other like male cops come out from behind trees to like crack down because like you weren't supposed to be driving like your go-kart out in the woods, and they like arrested him, like impound the go-kart. Like it got like super.
That's crazy. They had an ATV sting.
Yeah.
Using same tactics as a prostitution sting.
Yeah. So like you can't do anything fun in New Jersey anymore.
Yeah. That's tough, man.
But it's because a few people ruined it. Like I said, one dude was just ripping down a trail on his fucking dirt bike and hit whatever the hell these dumb kids put across the trail. He fucking got decapitated.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He must have been zooming.
We had the dirt bike. You fucking flying those things.
You can only go on like 40. I saw that in a movie. That was in The Counselor.
Never heard of it.
Good movie. It's got I think Brad Pitt's in it, and then it's also got what's her name? Can't think of her name right now. Good movie. Check it out.
What was it about?
It was about a lawyer, and he got caught up with the cartel or something like that, and they're chasing after him because he didn't want to work with them anymore. And there's a lot of killing involved. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. That's all I know about part of that song.
Yeah, man. So big news. Did you see that they increased the map quotas for the Navy?
I did, man. That's good. I'm fucking tired of the way advancement exams are. Or the way advancement is in general.
Numbers are up, man. They're trying to bring these people up.
They say it's like up to 20% of advancements.
Oh, Mike Morgan.
So now they're doing it they're doing it to match the seasons of the advancing exam. You saw that?
Right.
So there's 2 map seasons. There's like March to April and then like September to October or something. It's to match the advancement cycles.
Right.
And then they said it's going to be like up to 20% of advancements Navy-wide are going to be through the MAP program.
20% of advancements?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. It's time to get MAP.
Yeah.
When are they going to...
It starts this year. It starts this March. Next month it starts.
That's wild, man.
Good for them. I pulled the instruction up. It is, man. With the way that we do advancements, not a fan. Not a fan. Because it doesn't reward...
Taking the test.
Yeah, it doesn't always reward the right sailor.
Yeah. That is strange because they want you to... You do a lot of things as a sailor. You don't really just do your job.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
or based on your...
eval, but then it all comes down to a test, essentially.
Or like based on your platform. Like, for instance, like back when I was a radioman, a lot of our equipment was platform specific. I'm sure it's the same thing. Well, I guess maybe not for you, but for other rates, like depending on what class of submarine you are, or depending on what class of ship you are, is based on what equipment that you're going to use. So, like, if I'm only familiar with fast tack submarine stuff, but the advancement exam, half the questions are ballistic missile submarines. Like, how is that fair? Or even in corpsman now, there's 33 NECs in the corpsman rate, and like more than half of those NECs, the schools are over 2 years long. Like for like lab tech, like a lot of the NECs, you come out of your C school with an associate's degree.
Right.
But like that's on my advancement exam. Like how is that fair?
Yeah, they're gonna change a lot. It's gonna be interesting to see the Sailor 2025 do. And also, so they're supposed to increase the Navy by 20,000 people, I believe.
Oh, this year or is it like projected out?
By 2025, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Don't quote me on that, but that's what I heard. And so, man, you start mapping people, which is great because then you're gonna get more people coming in below, which would be nice. So,
what do you think that's gonna do to like quotas and stuff? Well, I guess that's going to have.
So there has to be a quota in order for you to get
Right, but
map.
I feel like they're going to have to recalculate the way that quotas are made because more people are going to be advanced. Because they can't project. With quotas, they can
Predict who's going to get it.
predict how many people are going to get advanced. With map, they don't know what rates the CO is going to map. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you're saying. So how are they going to...
I mean, I doubt, you know.
Well, going back to what I said, there has to be a quota for it. I think it's just going to affect the next one. You would literally, for it to affect a rate, you would literally have to... I feel like you would have to max out each rate.
As far as what?
I don't know. That's strange. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know.
Especially
how
with as big of a number as 20% of all advancements is going to be through the map. That's huge. That's a big number.
I want to get mapped.
Me too.
Go to map me, E7.
My buddy got fucking mapped. He got mapped to E5, and then the last instructional map, it takes away the time and rate requirements. He got mapped to E6 like a year later.
He got mapped twice in a row?
Yeah. Dude's never taken an advancement exam except for E4.
Boy's a superstar.
He's the first lieutenant on the submarine, which is way different than how Surface Fleet does it. But first lieutenant on a submarine is just like an E6.
Oh yeah, I know nothing about that.
And you're just the LPO of the deck department.
Nice. I got you.
But it used to suck because it takes you out of rate. Because you don't do anything. Like, he's an FT1. He's a fire control technician. He shoots Tomahawks. But as a first lieutenant, all he does is deck stuff. So it takes you out of rate. So it used to really suck to be part of deck department.
He's enlisted and he's a first lieutenant?
Yeah. Like I said, it's not an officer thing.
Yeah. That'd be dope, though.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. Take me out of my rate.
Because we don't have a lot of... It's pretty much painting the boat and, like, taking care of the cleats. It's like all you really do.
Yeah, 'cause the rest of it's underwater.
Yeah. Because ours are pretty cool. Ours, like, fold into the boat. It's actually really cool. And they, like, flip out.
The
cleats. Or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, cleats, right? And then the bullets are the ones on the pier.
A cleat's smaller.
Yeah, that's all we have. We don't have, like, the bullets. The taller things.
Oh, gotcha.
We have cleats. But
Gotcha.
they rotate into the boat.
Question my ESWAS here. I don't remember what to call them.
They're cleats. I know for a fact
Bits.
they're cleats. The cleats are...
No, it's not a bit.
No. Bits are
Bollard.
bollard. Those are the tall that you tie the lines to on the pier.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm about to lose my ESWAS. They're going to strip it. Take it away. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's huge, man. I'm excited about that because we're the only branch. That's the word I'm looking for.
That was deep.
That advanced the way that we do. I hate it, honestly. I don't like it. That's because it doesn't... How should I say this? Like, first of all, we're the only branch that doesn't consider an E4 an NCO. Every other branch E4 is an NCO. Our NCO technically doesn't start till E5.
Right.
Like, an E4, like, in the Marines is like an E6 in the Navy. Just because of the way, how hard it is to advance. And, like, E4 work ethic in the Marines is like an E5. But you get the respect of an E6. If that makes sense.
A little confusing, but...
You're like...
Yeah, it does make sense.
You know what I mean? Like, E4 the Marines will put people at parade rest and scream in their face. And it's like the easy day.
A bit badass. I want to see an E4 like that. We need more of them.
Yeah.
I want to see an E5 like that.
But, I mean, we won't do that in the Navy. We're too soft.
Yeah.
I forget who I was talking to, but I feel like the reason the Navy is the way it is because we haven't been tested since World War II.
The Navy hasn't.
We haven't been relevant since World War II. Well, we've been relevant, but we haven't been tested since World War II. The Taliban hasn't had a Navy. ISIS doesn't have a Navy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Granted, it's like a presence game that we're playing, but we're not.
Depends on where you're at.
The Marines, Army.
What are you talking about? You talking about on a sub? You talking about on a carrier, destroyer?
I'm saying in general, we haven't had a naval battle since World War II.
I think things get pretty real on carriers. A lot.
Yeah, but look at how they're off the coast. They're so far away.
Yeah.
And they're bombing the land.
I'm sure the Army has their fair share of jacknuts.
I mean, I'm sure they do, but I just feel like they've been at war for the past 17 years now. The Marines and the Army. Boots on the ground.
Right. Well, could be. Not sure. But you got to think there was a Desert Storm, too. I mean, that wasn't too far away where the Navy was involved.
I mean, we're involved in Iraq and Afghanistan, but again, we're miles off the coast shooting tomahawks into the... We're far, far away from... I mean, we're not getting battleship on battleship battles.
Like I don't think you're ever going to see that.
Well,
Not now. Technology's too good.
I'm saying that's just... I feel like that's how we got to where we're at as a branch. It's because we haven't had anything serious.
My division is full of badasses. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
Moving on.
Who y'all kill? I am serious. Like, we're not fucking badasses. We put warheads on foreheads, buddy.
Exact warheads, not rifle scopes.
Well, duh. Obviously, I would have joined the Army if that's what we were trying to do.
But
or the Marines.
I'm gonna make another drink here, live on camera. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Just mixing it up. Yo, so while we're pouring these drinks, so we got the live feed going, but man. All right. Question for you.
Hit me.
Let's see. I'm gonna dig deep here. Dig deep. Mix it up a little bit. All right. So, if you could get stuck on an elevator with anybody, who would it be?
Ooh. You, baby, of course.
That was sweet. Can I get some whiskey with my eyes?
Who would I?
Oh, that was all Coke? You hadn't put whiskey in yet.
What? I mean, I did. I don't know. Let's see here. If I could be stuck in an elevator with anyone, who would it be? Man, I'm obsessed with... It would either be... I'm such a fucking nerd. It would either be Thomas Jefferson or John Adams. Actually, both of them.
Well, they would be dead.
Oh, shit.
You would be stuck with a bag of bones.
All right, so a living person?
Yeah, obviously.
You said anyone.
You want to be stuck in a fucking elevator with a bunch of decaying skin?
It would be
You can stick with your first answer. John Adams?
All right. Well, my dead person would be John Adams or Thomas Jefferson. A live person would be Marcus Luttrell or or the dude that killed Osama. I forgot his name. I'm drawing a huge blank right now. Oh my god.
Oh, the SEAL. I don't know his name either.
He was just on Marcus Luttrell's podcast. One of them two.
Nice.
That's probably the biggest thing, because 9/11's already in our textbooks. My niece, who's in high school, is learning about 9/11.
Right.
So the killing of Osama in at least U.S. history is going to be
in the textbook,
like the death of Hitler. It's going to be our death of Hitler. You know what I mean? So I just want to know first-hand account what that was like to put 2 bullets in that fucker.
Yeah, that'd be dope. You think he knew it was gonna happen? I feel like he might have woke up one day and that would have been the mission that they
It's really cool. I mean, I don't know how, but he's super public about it. He's in the Team Never Quit podcast I had you listen to. I don't know if you remember. It's with Marcus Luttrell and the Frogman. The Frogman was actually in the same Buds class as the guy that killed Osama. And they always talk about stories from Buds and stuff together. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he gets a lot of shit for telling that story.
They do, but they actually touch on that slightly. Even Joe Rogan talks to Jocko about it. Jocko Willink.
Jocko, what a name.
Who spent 12 years as an enlisted SEAL, and then the rest of his career as an officer SEAL. He was the SEAL team commander in Ramadi in Iraq. It's just a different. They talked about when they came up in Buds, or like early on in the SEAL teams, how they learned from like the Vietnam vets about talk about what you do, but they just say it's kind of like it's just the day and age. Like you can't if they don't say it, someone else is. You know what I mean? So they might as well just have it. They want the information to come from the horse's mouth, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, I got you. They want to hear the truth.
And they always, they, like Marcus Luttrell, for instance. He does it for the people that. I mean, he was the only one that made it alive out of that. The movie Lone Survivor is based on his situation. Mark Wahlberg played Marcus Luttrell in the movie. So, but I mean, they fucking deserve it. Who gives a shit if they make money and are famous off of it? They deserve it. I think they deserve more than the fucking Kardashians.
Well, yeah, I can't argue with you there for the Kardashian part, but I mean, they don't do it for the fame and the glory.
No, they don't. Even like the dudes from the guys from the whole Benghazi thing. That guy's out there, like telling his story and stuff like that.
Yeah,
same kind of thing.
Yeah, as long as you aren't giving up secrets, man, then you kind of you put other people at risk.
Yeah.
So that would be the only thing.
Because sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I think he's the only person from. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on his fucking name right now, but I mean, I'm sure there was more than just him there that night, but he's the only one that you really know about. The guy that shot Osama, you know what I mean? And fucking again, rightfully so, man. Like that was huge. That was the guy that we were after.
Robert O'Neill, that's it. There we go.
That was Osama was the guy that we were after. That's why everything started. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think we have a right to know who fucking shot that bastard in the face.
Dope.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So.
Man.
We just went deep there.
Yeah, we did.
Real
We're
heavy. Real heavy.
Heavy on the military.
Speaking of heroes, did you see they going even deeper right now? They I forgot the wording. Post-mortally advanced.
Yes.
That
CT.
the CT chief that
to senior chief.
Yeah, advanced her to senior chief. Yep. Syria, right? I think she they got hit by an ID or some sort of explosion or something. That's cool though. It's kind of how can I say this without being fucking rude?
Don't be a dick.
I'm not gonna, no, I mean
I'm just kidding. I know you're not. You feel like it doesn't do much to advance them afterwards?
I mean, I don't. I mean, I'm sure it's good for I'm sure it affects the benefits or something, maybe in some kind of way. So, I mean, I'm glad it happens in that aspect. I'm not sure if that, depending on the rank, if it.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Yes and wrong one here.
But I don't know, because like in the height of the war, not every E3 fucking Marine or that got killed, not all of them got advanced. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of I don't know. But now that we're not at a time of war, things like that, like it's kind of a one-off kind of thing nowadays. Like I guess it's the right thing to do, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
It's just, know what you're saying. You feel
it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, but feels like others could have been advanced as well.
Yeah,
instead of just the one. Well, like I said, I'm not too familiar with it. I'm sure there's some. Oh my gosh, Alexa's fucking.
Alexa just scared the shit out of us.
Creeping. Why'd she do that? I don't know how she hears stuff.
She's your Alexa, not mine.
Yeah. Get the pistol.
Chief Reagan just texted me. He said, "Where is my shout out, fucker?" What's up, Chief Reagan? I guess he's probably talking in the chat. So we're towards the end of the podcast. We're gonna switch to the chat. We still got people joining and shit.
To the chat.
So hang tight. Yeah.
So this is the first one that we actually we filmed
Yeah, so
video
we're
and a
We're
podcast.
filming, we're live streaming, we're recording. We're professionals.
There's a lot happening.
Just in
I
time
don't know
for
if you guys see, but there's a lot going on right now.
heavy.
Man. So do we want to go to? I think we should. I think we should go to the live chat. I see the feed over here is scrolling. It's scrolling up and down, up and down.
We talked about nothing Navy.
I see a lot of like capitalized things here.
Yeah, you're right. Heavy.
Heavy in the chat.
But yeah. Do you want to close out? It's been an hour and 15.
Let's do it.
Close
So
out the podcast.
Let's switch over. Let's see what's
Go,
going on in the live chat.
Go darken ship, as your pops would say.
Darken ship.
What did I say last
Show
week?
no white lights top side.
No further entries.
Yeah. No further entry. Did you say it? Yeah, no
Yeah,
further
last week, no further
entries.
entries. So yeah. So you want to close the podcast out before we switch over?
Absolutely.
All right. We talked about absolutely nothing Navy this podcast. That was pretty good. Current
You're
events?
right.
Nothing? No current events? No nothing?
No, we definitely talked Navy on this. Is that what you said? We didn't.
No? Oh, yeah, I guess we did.
That's all we talked about.
The first 30 minutes is talking about paintball.
Oh yeah, that's true. And then we drastically switched to talking about Navy.
Yeah.
We can close it out. I got no current events, honestly.
You are the worst. All right. Are we going to have a guest next week? We got a lot of people biting at the bit or munching at the chip. How's that saying go?
Biting at the bit.
That's it.
I don't know where you got munching at the chip from.
We got a bunch of people heavy into wanting to be on the fucking chat or on the podcast. But all right, yeah, we'll close this out. Episode 17 of the Midwatch. Appreciate you guys for checking us out. We honestly we spent like 6 hours setting up all the new gear and trying to figure out some technology stuff. So we kind of got a little burnt out before this episode.
Yeah, we did.
But next week, I think we'll be back with a guest. We have a couple of people who really want to get on. Actually, shit. If we're going to do one next week, we have to do it during the week again.
That's right.
At the barracks, maybe. Maybe we'll do
I'm
one.
gonna be skiing in the Swiss Alps. next
Maybe,
week.
and I'll be home. Are you working out every day next week?
Lifting weights.
Yeah.
I'm going on leave on Friday.
How about like
Thursday night.
Thursday night. If you really want to work out, maybe just work out Singing River, then come to the barracks, and we'll do one of the people there.
Lit.
Cool. Bet money.
Still to be determined who though.
We
No
got-
disclosures.
I got like one or two people that I think we could do there. And I guarantee you it'd be like a bunch of people come down and jump on the mic. That'd probably be a fun
That
podcast.
would be fun.
All right, so yeah, probably Thursday we'll do another one, another live another podcast in general, episode 18. So again, thank you guys
Jeffrey Dahmer.
thank you guys again for joining us on the podcast. Again, if you want to support us, many ways. You can go to paypal.me/the Midwatch. Donate as little as 1 penny or as much as $1 million, whatever you feel is right. And then after that, if you don't want to just donate us random money, you can go to bzgear.net and pick up some of your favorite Bravo Zulu apparel, and that also supports the podcast. Appreciate your guys' continued support. Again, a lot of the gear that we were able to pick up today was because of your guys' contributions, and we highly, highly appreciate that. Right, Brandon?
Absolutely.
And again, thank you for checking in with us, and until next time, no further entries.